Mellissa Thomas here for Florida National News. We are at 300 West Church Street. Amway Center is right behind us. But we're here for a major announcement from the I-4 mayors for Gillum, which is basically comprised of Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, Tampa Mayor Buckhorn, and St. Pete Mayor Rick Kriseman. But stay tuned right here. They plan to endorse Mayor Gillum for governor. And Chris King will be here too, obviously the nominee for lieutenant governor, the Democratic nominee for lieutenant governor. But stay tuned right here for their statements at FloridaNationalNews.com.
I am proud to stand with two of the best mayors in all of America, my friends from Tampa and St. Pete, to endorse the next governor of the state of Florida, Andrew Gillum, and the next lieutenant governor of Florida from Orlando, Chris King. We didn't ask them to be here, but it is such a great contrast. They stand for noise, we stand for ideas and vision. They stand for negativity, we stand for the positive in Florida. They stand for the past, we stand for the future. I will tell you that statewide elections are won or lost in the I-4 corridor, and we're going to win this one.
We have an exciting opportunity here, and that is to elect a mayor as governor. Now, the three of us know this firsthand. Mayors get things done. Mayors are on the front line, closest to the people, making important decisions every day to improve the quality of life for the residents, creating and balancing budgets that reflect their values and the wants and needs of their community. Andrew Gillum lives in the community he leads and sees his constituents every day. Because as mayor, there is no place to hide. We need that kind of experience in the governor's office.
Mayors matter.
That's right.
And what matters to us is that we have a partner in the governor's office.
Yes.
What matters to us is that we stop this unrelenting assault on local governments.
That's right.
From a party that professes to say government closest to the people is the best government. That is until we do something they don't like protect our LGBT citizens.
That's right.
Like do something about the scourge of gun violence. I need a governor that's going to pay more attention to the PTA and less attention to the NRA. Now, I haven't heard a plan from Ron DeSantis. I don't know what that plan is. I think I know what it is. It's whatever the Koch brothers tell him it is and whatever Donald Trump tweets about. That's his plan for Florida. That's not what we need.
This may not be what you would expect me to say, but guess what? I want to be their governor too. All right? I want to be their governor too. Well, they need a governor who's going to be a friend. Now, they know as well as I do that when Barack Obama tried to send us over $2 billion to build high-speed rail, what did our governor say? No. He said no. Well, it's my belief that we deserve a governor who is going to act in the interest of all of the people of the state of Florida. And it would have been in the best interest of the people of our state to build high-speed rail across this corridor. I can't be more clear that the power of the people is greater than the people in power. That's right. This here today represents the power of the people, not the high-paid interests, not the special interests, not even paid protesters. We're putting the interests of everyday people ahead of those of special interests.
And what does the I-4 corridor mean to you? I mean, obviously these mayors out here, the endorsement is a lot, but what is this corridor?
Well, this corridor is everything. This corridor represents the future of Florida. From commerce to cultural exchange. It's one of the most richly diverse parts of our state. It is obviously extremely electorally important, but honestly, this is where we're going as a state. We have an opportunity to be the high-tech corridor right here across the I-4 corridor. We have a chance to pilot much of what we want to see happen by way of being part of the solar revolution, the future of energy in the state of Florida. That all can begin right here in this corridor. It's a vital piece of the state of Florida, and it's this part of our state that I want to make sure we get the adequate resources necessary to ease the burden of people who are right now on I-4 spending 2.5 hours in a commute because we failed to expand high-speed rail. We failed to build a transportation worthy of the third largest state in America.
Is this a good part of your vision? Is this area, fitting into the
it totally represents where mayors have really gotten it right, where we are now arresting control of our economy in this corridor, where people are going to work, and again, earning wages that they can live on. We want to expand that future for the rest of the state of Florida.
What about rural areas? How are you reaching out to people, Sumter County, Lake
Yeah,
County?
I mean, you may or may not know, but I was just in Putnam County, and I was just in Flagler County. And those parts of our state are critically important, in my opinion, for Florida's economic survival. Right now in the state of Florida, 44% of people say they can't make ends meet. That includes people in rural parts of this state as well as urban parts of our state. We want to make sure that in those areas, which is why I put such an emphasis on tech training, that we train their high schoolers, those folks who are trying to change careers on the technology-related skills that they could get today in order to go to work, make a living, and earn a wage that they can take care of themselves and their family. Rural Florida is going to be a critical part of our vision to the economic recovery that is a lasting one and one that impacts people at every rung of the income ladder, unlike what we see today, where largely the concentration of wealth is at the
We
top.
just wrapped up the, of course, announcement of the endorsement for the I-4 mayors for Gillum. They are endorsing him officially for governor. As you can see behind me, there are several folks with Ron DeSantis signs. It was an interesting clash during the speech. The protesters came in. They were chanting for, Gillum, that he's going to go to jail. They chanted that he's a socialist. Basically, away with him. It was an interesting competition between the mayor's announcement and the protesters. But the gist of the announcement here was, stressing the importance of transportation here in Florida. Mayor Gillum touched on the fact that Governor Scott had turned away funding that would have brought high-speed rail to Florida. Mayor Gillum reinforced his stance that he is for the people of Florida. And the other mayors, they stated the importance of how close mayors are to the people that they serve, and wanted to contrast that with, of course, Congressman DeSantis, who works in Washington and is not as in touch with the people as these mayors have been. But stay tuned right here at FloridaNationalNews.com for our continuing politics and power coverage. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from downtown Orlando.